Welcome to K2 and Freeride's boot school. In this episode we'll be talking about more boot fitting to get the shape right for just your feet. Alright, we're going to go over to more of the boot fitting part of the buying a boot. I'm going to show you how to grind it or punch it out in plastic. And what we're talking about here is pressure points like inside of the foot. If you have a problem here, it's real easy to either grind it or punch it. So I'm going to show you how. I took off the cuff just to make it easy. And then we're just going to spread out the boot so we can work easily inside. So here we got an open view to do whatever we want. And I'm going to start with the grinding. I use this type of tool. There's many different ones. And so here we go. Alright, so grinding down this way is going to give you 3 to 4 millimeters extra on your pressure points. And with that, and also you can add on punching out the plastic, you can definitely get the space you need for your trigger points that's painful for you. So this is what you can do. Ouch! Another way to punch out the boot is to heat up the plastic and then use different tools, such as this one. And just to make more space, for example, for the side of the foot. So what we're going to do is going to heat it up. So the plastic where you want it to expand, which is here this time, we're going to heat this up and then we're going to use that tool to widen the whole boot. That gives you more space for the front of your foot. So when the plastic is hot and ready, you can actually start to punch out. And here you can see how the ball of the foot winds up. And then depending on how much you want, you could press more and more. There is a limit to this, of course, but you can definitely get more space. So as you can see, I punched out the whole side of the foot. And when this cools down, it's going to stay in that shape. Goes back a little bit, but most of it stays to this volume. All right, talking earlier about a foot like this is rigid. It's rigid all the way up, so maybe you don't have enough flex in the boot to follow the boot's angle, which is about 15-16 degrees. You might want to change the bottom plate of the boot. And this is real easy to do, but you got to make sure that it's straight so it doesn't come to an angle. What I usually do is grind it from here and make sure I always have the right and correct line so it's always straight. And you need to make both bottom plates the same thickness, otherwise you'll be standing in different weights. So basically, to change the angle of this, you can actually raise this up with another shield, or you can grind it down in the front. So I'm going to show you how to grind down the front part. So you line up, so you need the right correction. So here you can see that I've taken down the front part, which corrects the angle so you get higher up, a lift in your heel, and that makes your calf relax. That way it's easier for you to relax in your boot. Okay, we talked a little bit how to get more volume in your boot. There's also ways to get less volume. Like easy step-in issues in the store can be easily fixed. If your boot, if you need more space for your calf, for example, you can easily use these small babies. And what you do is you put them underneath the liner, and it gives you, in this case, 6 millimeters extra lift. So you put this, it's got double tape on it. You put it in the back, and then you tape it there, put the boot back in. And what happened is you get 6 more millimeters out of the plastic or above the plastic. So basically, if you're having calf problems, first of all, take this one out. And then second of all, make sure that you're high enough in the boot so your calf has free leeway above it. That's an easy fix. If you have a really narrow and long foot, you can put in a larger volume. Same thing here. You take this, and this is also 5-6 millimeters. You put it in the base, like that. And then you put the boot in. All of a sudden you have a boot that's, it's a 26.5, but as far as if you come up higher in your boot, it's going to get tighter, so you get a better fit. So this is how you can make easily your boot fit tighter. Even if it's an older boot, you've worn it down, you can put in a volume reducer, and you'll be back on track in no time. All right, we've been grinding, we've been punching out the plastic, we've been doing a lot of different easy going boot fitting stuff. You can also work with the liner. Some easy stuff is to, if you have a high arch, you can take out the tongue in a simple way. This clarify it all. This is a lot of material. If you have a high arch, this is going to give you a lot of pressure, as we talked about before. Some boots have this hard plastic all around this, so you can cut the hard plastic out. That gives you 2-3 millimeters. Also, in this case, this is formable with heat, so if you heat it up, if you need more space or height in your boot, you can heat it up a little bit. Like that, and then put it under pressure. And that way you minimize the volume. I use this and press it out. And that's going to flatten out the material, and it'll give you lots more room up over your foot, and hopefully you'll have a snug fit after that. Alright guys, that was all from the boot school from this episode. If you want to see more episodes, check out here. If you want to see some more video clips from Freeride, check out here. And don't forget to subscribe.